Hey everyone, Art McDermott here. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about one of my favorite topics because I actually have some real world experience with this, and it was one of our notifications that came up yesterday. I want to talk about visualization and the power of the brain to get things done. I've actually used this myself historically, and actually, there's a few of you I know who have quite a sports athletic background, and you can probably identify with this. When I was a competitive athlete, I used visualization as a regular part of my training. I actually had a soundtrack that I listened to, a special chair and some quiet time that I was always dedicate to the practice of visualization. And let me explain how it worked. As far from a sports perspective, I was a shot putter, discus thrower. So it was I had one skill that I needed to master at a very, very high level. So I would sit down and visualize myself throwing, like the ideal throw, right? And no particular location or anything, just the ideal throw. And I did it from two angles. One as a camera facing me, and then one internally as me actually executing the throw. And it was interesting because in the beginning of the year, really off season, the competitive season is kind of far away. It's the movie that I created in my brain was not very clear and not very good. It was like something that we see now, it's pixelated, right? It's skipping frames and it wasn't all clear. But by the time the national championships came, it was crystal clear. I could see where my left toe was. I mean, I knew everything and where it was and what position. I could feel myself shifting into the right spots and hitting the right locations, even though I was sitting perfectly still in a chair in my room. So that's how it works. And why? So why is visualization work at all? The whole concept of it. This was very effective, by the way, and I didn't know anyone who was at that top level who did not use visualization. In fact, if you're a golfer, the PGA Championship's on this weekend, right? One of the majors. Watch Jason Day, the Australian. He's part Filipino, part Australian. Very distinctive, very, very good golfer in the top 10 in the world rankings right now, I'm quite sure. But before every throw, he goes through a visualization procedure. So try to track him down and watch Jason Day if you want to see this stuff live and in person. So why does it work? Well, two reasons, really. The brain has a very peculiar little quirk about it that scientists and psychologists are aware of. Your brain doesn't know if you're actually on a field hitting a golf ball or throwing a discus, or you're sitting in a chair. It doesn't know the difference, right? It doesn't have that perception. It only generates thoughts. It doesn't say, oh, we're sitting in a chair, this isn't a real throw. It doesn't know how to do that. It's very, very interesting, and we can take advantage of that by being able to get, practice throws in and practice swings with a golf club without ever having to do it. Okay, obviously, it's the motors and the muscles and those nerve patterns need to know how to actually do it on the day, but you can learn by using that trick of the brain. It doesn't know that it's fake, as it were, okay? And the other thing is the power of the subconscious. If we use it in a health setting, studies have shown that people who visualize themselves as leaner and fitter become leaner and fitter. And how does that happen? Now, they don't change anything. They're not changing the diet or whatever, but they do this. And why does that happen? Because of the power of the subconscious. If you tell yourself, let's say you're overweight by a significant number of pounds, if you convince your brain, if you tell yourself, I am leaner and I am fitter, now it's not going to get you to lose 50 pounds just by thinking real hard about it, but what happens is your subconscious says, wait, we have a little disconnect here. We understand that we're leaner and fitter, but we don't, our body's not feeling that. So the subconscious goes about trying to rectify that disconnect. It doesn't like it, right? There's something incongruous in the brain about that. So it goes about trying to fix that. Now, yes, subconsciously, maybe you do eat a little less. Maybe you do get more active. Whatever the mechanism, the studies have shown people who believe and tell themselves that they are leaner and fitter become leaner and fitter through the use of visualization. So that's how we can apply it to ourselves and what we're trying to do with the Successful Aging Academy program. So think about that one. So this is really science. This is not touchy-feely gibberish, right? This is proven to work in a lab. Visualization has been around for a long, long time. It's a proven fact that it's very effective, just like the mechanism behind meditation. If you started talking about meditation in the 50s and 60s, you would have been considered a hippie. Just move to the commune and go ahead. Now it's completely accepted, science-based, very commonly practiced on a day-to-day basis by millions and millions of people. So and in fact, I would go one step further to say you actually need to visualize the goal that you've written down as part of these exercises we've been going through. You need to visualize that goal as having happened before you'll ever get to achieve it. And one final word, when you do this visualization, if you start to practice this, if you want to use it in your world, you have to go through the image in your brain as if it's already happened. That is your goal. You need to mentally phrase it in order to pull the subconscious in and get that to work as if it's already happened. It is a fact of life. It's not something that I will do in the future. I am leaner and fitter. I am this. I am a non-smoker. I've used that before. I am whatever it is. Right? It's a present fact, and it has to be phrased that way. That's how your mind likes to work, and the subconscious likes to work. So visualization, that's a short version of it. I strongly encourage you to look at the video of Tony Robbins. He can express this a lot better than I can, I'm quite sure. I just wanted you to hear about my personal experiences with it and why visualization works and why I included it in this program. And I implore you not to blow it off. Don't dismiss it. Take a few minutes and think about it and make it part of your daily ritual. And that's going to take you one big step towards your goal, because guess what then? Now you have your brain and your mind and your subconscious on board with you. All right? Have a good day. Visualization. Let's get started with it. Thanks.